Hello everyone and happy Sunday Funday to you. This is not my normal fish video obviously, or these are some really strange looking fish. But I wanted to branch out a little bit and share with you all another little interest of mine, little no pun intended. Anyways, been playing around with these with my daughter over the past probably year or two. She likes to, she calls it flying daddy's airplane. So these, to those of you that know the drone or quad or micro drone world, whatever, are known as the micro whoop. Hold on, not micro, tiny whoop. Micro drone, they're really very inexpensive. And once again, before I go for any further, I want you to know that I have links to everything down below the video in the description. Link to basically give you three options to choose from. I will let you know that if you buy anything through any of those links, it does help out my channel, and it will help me to actually upgrade an item on the list to a part that I'm recommending to you all that will actually be cheaper than what I did here. So anyways, this is the JJRC H36 is the technical term, just your basic micro drone, micro quadcopter. It's really fun to fly indoors, and I've flown it outdoors actually when there's zero wind. If there's a slight breeze, it does tend to kind of pull it a little bit. But this is the one I've had for a while. And the great thing is about the ducted air vents, whatever you want to call them, the air ducts, is that you can crash into walls a little bit and it doesn't ruin the propellers. I have had some other, micro drones or tiny quads. The Shearson XC10, I think is what it is. So it's this size, but it doesn't have the protected air ducts around the propellers. So this is what I started off with. This is what I've found it last a while. It's tiled proof. Whenever I do crash it, my daughter can go pick it up and she brings it and she will hold it like this, and then I'll take it off. So it's fun for both of us. She really enjoys whenever I fly this as well. But anyways, to make it a tiny whoop in the drone world, you do need to add a FPV camera. Well, I've been watching videos and it tends to be a little bit overwhelming of adding the FPV camera or first person view camera whenever you add it to these, and then there's the added expense of the FPV goggles, basically like VR goggles, but especially made for a FPV camera for the drone. So a few weeks ago at Christmas, my in-laws gave me a pretty cool present. They gave me a Amazon gift card, and I was able to get the Red Paws micro drone FPV all in one. And it actually came like this, but I took this off and made a few modifications. But with the Red Paws, and I have a link to this whole Red Paws thing unmodified, of course, comes with the micro drone, the controller, of course, and the FPV. Sorry, let me get this. There we go. FPV goggles, which. The one thing I will say as far as a review goes for this item is that they are rather small. I think it's like a 3.5 inch, but I have kind of a big face and a big mouth, as some of you may know. I can still use it just fine. It just feels really small is about it, but it works in the face fine. But post a link to this whole setup, the FPV goggles, the controller obviously, and the micro drone are all in one nice package, easy, all in one order. You don't have to worry about any parts being compatible or not and getting things lined up. It's all that is really nice that they did that and made it all in one and made it all in one and simple for a beginner who wants to get into the FPV micro drone tiny whoop world. And so anyways, that's one option that I posted links to down below. But one thing I do recommend for whatever option you go with is this multi-function charger. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 charging ports, and it comes with the batteries. Now, the standard stock battery that comes with the JJRC H36 is 150 milliamp hours battery. It's small, and plugs in. I'll show you the plug later, which is good. It gives you about 3 to 5 minutes of flight time. But when you order this one, when you order the multi-charger, it comes with a 250 milliamp hour battery and 6 of them, so it gives you longer individual flight time plus 6 times the amount. So I highly recommend this item right here whenever you do order it. Of course, there will be a link to this down below the video in the description, but highly recommend this option for whenever you do purchase this, which if you do, thank you in advance. So that one is off to the side. So there's 2 other options that you have to choose from when you're setting up a tiny whoop or FPV micro drone. There is if you want it quick and you want to get it through Amazon, I posted a link to all of those down below. It cost, I think what I added up is right at $101 or $102. Or once I hopefully get approved for the affiliate links through GearBest, I was able to find a similar package of the micro drone, the all-in-one FPV camera, and the let me move these out of the way again, and the FPV goggles that are bigger and nicer than these, and I'll explain how in just a minute. Anyways, that whole package of the goggles, the micro drone, the all-in-one camera, that whole setup through GearBest I found, but there is one part you still need to get through Amazon, and I think that is the all-in-one camera. I think is actually cheaper on Amazon than it is on GearBest. So no matter what you do, order it through Amazon, it is like $4 cheaper on Amazon, I think. So be sure to do that. But anyways, through GearBest, if you do the camera, the micro drone, the FPV goggles, that setup total is $80. Now, the only downfall is that sometimes GearBest is not as fast as Amazon. Amazon, as we all know, you can get it shipped to you in 1 or 2 days. GearBest takes a little bit longer than that. I have never had any problems in shipping with GearBest, but they aren't as fast as Amazon. They don't have the infrastructure that Amazon does, but it'll save you 20 bucks, and that 20 bucks you could then put towards this multi-charger, which I highly recommend. So bring it to a grand total with, you know, the added bonus features and functions and whatever is a total of $100. But take the multi-charger out and just leave the stock micro drone and all-in-one camera and FPV goggles. It will only cost $80, or possibly even under if you can get any kind of deal or any kind of sale that they have going on. Now, the upgraded version of the FPV goggles that I have seen on both Amazon and GearBest is that they first off have a bigger screen, and second off they have the option to be able to record flight through an integrated DVR. So you can actually record the video onto an SD card and then upload it, and then I would actually be able to upload my flight videos to YouTube, which would be fun to share with you all. So that's how your options that I've given you are better than what I have here. So without any further ado, I'm going to go and get to building setting up the Tiny Whoop, making the micro drone work with the camera. So I know this is going to be a long video, but I am going to do this live, uncut, so you see every mistake, because there are other videos out there, but the ones I've seen don't show you, every little thing that goes into it. The things that you'll need for this, you don't need the remote yet. I'll get that out of the way. Obviously need a soldering iron, which mine's been warming up this entire time I've been talking. Some solder. You need the all-in-one camera. You'll need the micro drone future Tiny Whoop micro drone here, which I just popped off the cover. It just comes off with a little edge right there. Put this off to the side to get it out of the way as well. You will eventually attach the camera with I'm just using 3M double-sided tape. This can hold it to 9 pounds, so it should be pretty good for the camera plus a few crashes. Also, I'm using some wire strippers / wire cutters to cut the wire. I know some videos show you not to cut the wire, but I don't have any battery leads for this, so I'm not going to really. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this, and then I'll start soldering. And then a little nice thing I have, I don't know where I got it from, is I think it's called a third hand or something, and to hold the wire in place as I'm soldering it in. And so I'll show you how that goes the whole time as well. Now, if you like the look of it before, I'm sorry you're not going to be able to put this back on there because it won't fit on there with the camera, though I could probably modify it in a way so I could cut the cover and then it could still hold the camera in place, but that would be a lot of extra work that I don't really feel like boring you all with. So, and then finally, I actually cut a piece of plastic. This is one of those plastic things that a lot of items in stores come in, the hard plastic that sends a lot of people to the emergency room with cuts from either knives or plastic itself. I just cut it basically custom so that, here I'll show you how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go just like this. I made a hole for the front and the back screw. I made a slot for the antenna to go through as well. So what this will do is it will be a flat, clean surface for the 3M tape to bind to the camera, because if you just put the 3M tape directly on the bottom of the camera onto the drone here, it's not as flat and clean of a process, and I just feel a lot better with this. It's what I actually did on the Red Paws one right here. I made a smaller one right here in the front. I might cut this off and move it back to the middle and work it that way, the same way as I'm setting this one up. But it's just a better camera mount. I know you could buy the camera mount for, I think they have them, people make them for like $7, but I'm gonna be cheap and just make my own. So let's get started here. So take the all-in-one camera here. I know I'm gonna make some of you cringe, and I'm just going to cut this battery connection off. And so you say, oh, you could say that and use it for, but I don't have those battery connections, so this camera is not that much. You can order a multi-pack of those leads as well. Go to the wire stripping part of this and gently strip the wire. There we go. Think that, yeah, I'll take up a little bit more than that. Gently strip the wire. There we go. That should be enough, plenty right there. I'll go do the same thing for the black wire. Come on. It didn't go as well. Once again, everybody, this is unscripted, one cut, one take. Live. Well, not live, it's recorded, but no editing. So you see every small mistake that I could possibly make. So those of you that know what you're doing more than I do will probably comment below with, hey dude, don't do that. So next thing you do is you need to figure out which one is the positive and which one's the negative on the power terminal. So the easy way to do that is that's where you plug a battery in. The battery goes in just like that. You see it is a somewhat charged battery. So anyways, what's important to notice, let me make sure, is which side the red and the black wire are that will correspond to the red and black wire on the camera. So in this case, if I'm looking at it from the top, here I'll show you what I'm looking at. If I'm looking at it from the top, the black wire is on the right side and the red wire is on the left side. So I'm looking at it from this way. So that's what I need to know. So anyways, that is the battery terminal right there where the battery plugs in. And then the closest corresponding place to that on the circuit board is right above that. So that is obviously where I'm going to be soldering the camera onto to give it power. Once it has power, it'll be able to transmit a video signal to my FPV goggles, and then we will have a Tiny Whoop set up. So it's going to be red on the left side and black is going to be on the right side. So one thing I'm going to do to make this a little bit easier is take these third hands here and get it set up so that I can use my hands to do the actual soldering. So the red is, like I said, on the left side, and it's really important that you try to keep the you don't cross the solders and you don't cross the don't mix the wires together, because that will be a problem. What is going on here? There we go, that's what I want. I need to tilt down and go just above it. But that's my dog moving around. But there we go, having it touching it just like that. So now I'll take, I'm a lefty luckily in this case. I'll move the antenna out of the way so I can do this. Now I just mess everything up. Put the wire on the left lead, put the solder where I want it to go, and hopefully this will work. Whoop, might be a little bit. That's quite a bit, but it's not going to be touching the black wire, which is good, just what I want. So it should work. Might come back later on and clean it up, but it should work. It's not the prettiest one, but considering the last time I soldered anything was, well, I don't remember. That's how long ago it was. That really wasn't too bad, in my opinion. Alright, try and be gentle with this, and do the same thing for the black wire. Let me use this one right here. Might make it a little bit better of an angle. It's already pointed down like I want it to be. Bring it over and around. Touch it to the corresponding black wire terminal. I think that's what the right term is. I'm not an electronics expert by any means. And let's go for it. Oh shoot, that's not what I want. Move over here. Come on, stick to the wire. Alright, I'm getting better. Obviously, everyone, I am definitely a beginner at soldering. Or as you Brits might pronounce it, soldering. Oh geez, that worked, I think. Whoa, I think it's on. Yeah, I think it's on there. And I did better than I thought I was going to do. And I'll show you all closely. Take this off of here. Super nervous about doing this, and I basically get one shot of doing this. But I want you all to notice the red and the black wire solders right there are not touching at all. So here's what I'm going to do. Before I even, I should be able to, let's test it and see if this works. Because then the last step, all I got to do is put the little plastic piece on, which that should be pretty self-explanatory. Let me get the remote here, bind it up. All right, it's bound up. Turn on these. They'll turn on. I think these are, yeah, these are charged. All right. Let me go to scan. It should be picking it up. I might, you know what, I think I know what I forgot. Is it gonna work? Scanning. We are in business. All right, it came up with a picture quickly. It takes, oh my gosh, I can't believe it worked. Here, I'll put this is gonna be really, I guess you'd say, I can't believe it worked. I can't believe it worked. But check that out. I did it. It's a success. Okay, I skipped the step that I thought I might have to do, but apparently I don't have to do it. But you will notice it worked. It worked. So the video quality just got a lot worse, I know, because my face just went on there. But it worked. So now all I'm gonna do, guys, I am so shocked. I am so shocked that I actually successfully did that. I forgot what my next step is. Oh, next thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to simply unscrew these two screws right here with the supplied screwdriver, and screw this plastic piece on just like this. I'm going to screw it on, and then I'm going to put the tape on the bottom of the camera. And I'm going to tape the camera on right there. That's the next thing I'm going to do. So why should I stop filming now? Why not just keep it going? So let me just go ahead and do that, and I'll show you the finished product, and then that'll be my thumbnail, I guess you'd say. Well, I guess I'll say too. But let's take out these screws right here. The hard part about these screws is not losing them. So that, guys, I'm shaking because I'm so like nervous and excited. Nervous that I was gonna do this, and excited that it actually worked. Because, guys, electronics is not my area. It's not my forte of science. Let's just put it that way. But I know you all are just watching this and like, oh, that's just a simple soldering job. He's all excited about doing that, but y'all just have no idea. If it comes to setting up a fish tank, I can do that blindfolded probably. But electronics, forget about it. Alright, screw this on. And I might upgrade eventually to the $7 plastic piece, but you know what? I had this laying around. I took a pair of scissors, I cut it out, I traced it with a pen, a pretty thick ink pen, over the because it's clear, right over the circuit board, and cut it out. It's as simple as that. Oh, there it is. So I told you, the worst thing about these screws is losing them. Luckily the motors are obviously magnetic, so it makes them work. See, I know how they work, I just don't know how to get them to work or how to fix them sometimes. As far as electronics goes with the science side of electronics. I was nervous because obviously, like I said, I had one take. I had one shot to get it right. And because I only have one camera, one Tiny Whoop, one micro drone, whatever you want to call it. Forget the guy that actually coined the phrase Tiny Whoop, but you know, I'm going to waste a little bit because it's not very sticky right here. I'm going to move on. This feels stickier. It's just as easy as that, and tearing it off and putting it on the camera, and now putting the camera on the piece of plastic. Now this camera weighs, I think, 3.4 grams, I think what it was advertised as. So let's check it out for the finished product. This is just with the not even fully charged 150 milliamp hour battery. But guys, I hope you all learned from this video that while electronics is my weakness, you can always learn and get better at it. Just take a chance. And I'm checking I'm now seeing a nice shot of the camera. My phone, it is actually working, so I would call this a success. There it is. There's the finished product. So now wish me luck in flying. My daughter might be sad that I don't have the pretty decorative plastic piece on here anymore, but I think it's pretty cool. Because see, the thing is, so here's the reason why I did this. First off, it's fun. Second off, it's a learning experience. But third, because yes, I have 6 batteries, but the problem is that with these motors, if you run too many batteries back to back, you will burn out these motors because they're brushed motors. So by having 2 micro drones, now 2 Tiny Whoops to fly, with obviously different controllers. I know I could sync them up to the same one, whatever, but that's another video for a different time. This way I can spread out the time so that it gives the motors time to cool down, so I'm not burning out these motors. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you for sticking by. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative and educational. I hope you enjoyed watching my failures and my nervousness. Hope you I hope you go try this on your own, because it really, if I can do it, you can do it. I mean, it really, that's, and I'm not just being hard on myself. I'm really not good at electronics, electricity, wiring, things like that. So please go try this on your own. Check out the links below in the video. I have the cheaper option, I have the faster option, and I have the all-in-one, just get it done, wham bam thank you ma'am option of the red pause option down below. So, you know, pick any of them that you want. I recommend, honestly, the cheaper option. You can learn from it, you can have fun from it, and I feel so much more accomplished by doing this than I do by even moving this around. And yeah, I just highly recommend the cheaper option. Go through GearBest, and then of course the all-in-one camera from Amazon, because they are cheaper on Amazon than they are on GearBest. So definitely do that. Thank you in advance for ordering those if you do decide to do that. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for sticking by. Please comment below with any questions or comments you have, any ways that I can make this better. If enough people buy through my links down below, I'll be able to save up and get the actual nicer FPV goggles that have the DVR. Then I will be able to start recording the video and adding those videos to my channel. So that's how I plan to use it. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, thumbs down, that's fine too. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. This is a different video. I might bring in different new people. Turn on notifications, because I would like to do I'll probably do a flight video of both of these next week, next Sunday Funday. And eventually, once I do save up enough to get the new FPV goggles with the DVR option, obviously I will be putting that video up. But you have to click that bell down below to be notified of when that video does come out. Happy New Year, everyone. Hope it is safe, happy, healthy, prosperous, and all those good things. So stay tuned and stay fishy, people.